acquainted with the different branching and loops concepts. So, and also I would like to give a small instruction to every participant that if you have any doubt, please feel free to use chat box. Please do not unmute yourself. There will be a question answer session where you can ask your doubts. Even in that, you have to raise your hand before unmuting yourself. Only unmute yourself when you're asked to. Okay, I hope this etiquette is okay with everyone and everyone will be following this. Thank you. Now, today's instructor Manideep will continue.
Hello, dear freshers. My name is Mandeep, and I'm currently studying fourth year. And today I'll be instructing you the Python classes. Okay. So before starting this Python bootcamp, I want to ask a question. Guys, be honest.
Manideep,
How do you feel about this college right
excuse
now?
me, Manideep,
Yeah.
please 1 minute. Sorry to disturb.
Yeah, it's okay.
Please turn off your cam and mic. And Manideep, you can carry on.
So before starting this Python bootcamp, I have a question for this all freshers. How do you feel about college? Keep it in the chats. Be honest, guys. Be honest. Does no one feel anything? I don't see any messages here. Excited. Never seen such a wonderful college. Is it true or false? Hostel life is horrible. Overwhelmed. Not that bad. 6.5 by 10. That's a nice. No, I thought it'd be much less. Yeah, 6 by 10. That's true. Average. Oh, why is he crying? Good. It will take some time to adjust. Super good. Good. Okay. There are much positive reviews than what I thought. Oh, 9 by 10. Triven, you liked that college so much? That's great. Life is shit. We can survive. Why 9, bro? Okay, okay. The topic is now diverting. Let's just stop it. Fine, 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 fine. 10 by 10. Well, okay, it's good. With scope of betterment. Yep, yep, it has a great scope to better. Okay, now let's dive into this Python bootcamp right now. 0.000 1 by 100. Not worthy. Uh, okay, okay. All replies are very good, but what if there is a professor right now? What do you do? Okay, luckily we don't have any professors in our meeting right now, so you guys can chill. Okay, now let's start the Python. That's good. Okay, so firstly, welcome to the Python Prep Bootcamp 2.0. In Bootcamp 2.1, I guess you are already aware of many Python concepts like data structures, um, variables, data types, etc. So today my topic, what I'm going to teach you is lists, SCTS, sets, tuples, and dictionaries. These four are one of the major concepts in any programming language, not only in Python but any programming language. These are the core basic knowledge that every programmer need to gain. So my four topics today are lists, sets, tuples, and dictionaries. Okay, now let's start with lists. So what are lists? We can call it, we can call the list as arrays also. So what exactly is a list? Now we all know that what an variable is. So let's take an example. A is equal to 10. A is a variable. What is a variable? It is a box which stores the value that we are going to give. What are the value that we are giving? 10. It is an integer data type. So in the same way, array works better than this. So what exactly is an array? Array or list, anything. Array is a container, whereas variable is a box. Array is a container and variable is a box. We can store multiple variables in a array, right? In a container. We can store multiple boxes in a container. Just like that, we can store multiple values in a container like this. List is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. This is the basic representation of a list. And by the way, I am using a Jupyter notebook for better and good representation. This is Jupyter notebook. Every Python coder is must for, is I recommend this Jupyter notebook for you. It helps you recheck everything that you have coded before. So this is a basic representation of lists. So just as I said, variable is a box and list is a container. Now, there are many functions in lists. So before learning all the functions, let's just dive in how to create a list, comma, how to access a list, and how to manipulate a list. These are the first three topics that we are going to learn before we dive into all the functions. All the functions belongs to the manipulation part of a list. And these two, creation and accessing, are something that I need to teach you all. Now, how do we create a list? How do we create a list? Just as I represented here, we just need to assign a name to that array, and then with the square back brackets, we can store all the data that we need. It can be ints, it can be strings, it can be boolean, it can be float, any values. We can store all this in an array. This is how we create a list. If you want to create an empty list, there are two ways. Lists can also be empty. So the first way to create an empty list is to just open and close the square brackets. That creates an empty list. I'll show you how it will be. As you can see, it's an empty one. There are no values inside it. It's just a container. It doesn't have any values inside it. And there is also another way to create an empty list. List is equal to list and print it. Let's print it. You see, it's also an empty array. What is a list? What is a list of something? So if there is, uh, let's dive into this later on. Okay, let's dive into this later on. After completing sets, tuples, and dictionaries, you will definitely understand what exactly is this list operation. Now we have learned how to create the list, and now let's learn how to process it. Sorry, how to access it. So now let's create a list. L is equal to mm, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Now What's meaning of accessing the list? Accessing the list means the values that we wanted, we are gonna take it from the container. So let's take, I want the second value of a list. How do I do it? Print L of 2. Is it gonna work? No, it's 1. I'll tell you why. So in this list, there is a topic called indexes where it works like this. I'll show you. So if you are having a list which has 4 elements, the indexes means if you want to access a list, sorry, a value from a list, it has a specific index, and index are in order wise. So the first value in the list has an index of 0, the second value has 1, the third value has 2, and the fourth value has 3, and it goes so on. So let's take up to n values, and the last index that we have will be n minus 1. Okay, this is a basic knowledge that we have to gain when we are learning about lists. Now, so if we do it, let's, you guys will be confused right now. Just a minute, and remove the duplicate. So what happens if we do L of 2? What happens? It gives this third value, which means 0, 1, and 2. The third value. Now, if we want something as 5, what exactly is 5? It's a sixth position in the list. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 8. We'll get the value of 8. You see? And what happens if I give something like 8? That means the 8th position. But what is the length of this array? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But we are giving 8 inside it. So what happens? It's an error. You see the error? List index out of the range. What exactly it means? The index of the list is out of the range, just as it said, just as it says. Now, if we want to get a value of the second element, we need to say 1. Just the n minus 1 of the value that we need. If we want 3, if we want the fourth one, we say 3. And this goes on. Now, what if I want the last element of an array? How do we do it? There are two methods here. So, one, length of L is equal to len of L. So what is L, len of L? So len return backs you a value of the length of the array. So the length of this array is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It gives the value of 7. Print len of L. You see, the value is 7. So how can we print the last value of an array? So what will you do? Print L of len of L minus 1. This prints the last value of an array. So how exactly it's happening? As we learned before, if there are n number of values, and if you want to print the last one, it has to be n minus 1. So what is the length of this array? It's 7. So if you want to print the last value, it has to be 6. That is nothing but 7 minus 1. And now if we do, we can get this. So this is the first method. Or to simplify this, there is another one. We can just do print L of -1. You see, it's so simple. We can just add minus and 1. So what exactly minus is? We know the indexes start as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in minus, when we are using negative, it comes like this: -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. So -1. When we are counting the indexes from the start, it starts from 0. And if we are counting the indexes from reverse, it is -1, -2, -3, and so on. So if you want to print the last value of an array, we just do -1. And in Python, there is an amazing concept called as slicing. No other programming language has this slicing concept except Python. So what exactly is a slicing? I'll teach you right now. So slicing has a denotation like this. So let's L2 is equal to L of 0 to, okay, let's do this first. Print L2. So what is it returning? It's returning the value of L. The value is inside the L. But what exactly is slicing mean? Does slicing mean? So if I want just uh, up to 5 elements, so we can use 4 here, we can use 5 here. And then if we print again, see what happens. Only 5 elements have been appeared. That means we are slicing the array up to where we want. We're just slicing it. The whole container is being sliced. Okay. And it can be denoted with the square brackets and each two and the values here and here. Now if I'm doing 1 is to 5, so it returns value from or values of indexes from 1, 2, 3, and 4, ignoring all the remaining zeros and 5, 6, 7. Now let's see what happens. It prints 1, 2, 3, and 5 as I said. So this is how slicing works. We can experiment multiple values here. 1 is to 4, 3 is to 4, and if we don't enter any value before and after, it just takes whatever it has. So from 3 we are doing it. So what values does it return? 3, 4, 5, and 6. Indexes of 3, 4, and 5, and 6. It printed 3, 5, 8, and 13. So leaving this just returns the remaining values. Now there is another concept here where my professor asked me to print just the the odd indexes of an array. Just odd indexes. So what are odd indexes here? 0, 1, 3, 5, and 7. I just want odd indexes. So how can I do it? In slicing, we have a method called skip. So what exactly skip is? When we are slicing, if we add another is 2 and we just keep 2, what happens? Let's see. You see? Oh, okay. Okay, it has written the even indexes from starting from 0. It skipped the first one and gave the second one. That's what we gave, right? It skips the number of values inside between. Now 0 and 2 has 1 missing value here. So it skipped this 1 and gave 2. And what happened next? It skipped 3 and gave 5. And it skipped 8 and gave 13. The even indexes of a list. So if we want odd indexes, then we are going to start with 1. as simple as it is. So until now, are you guys understanding? I just want some yes or no from charts, please. Do you have any doubt until now? Oh, those are good replies then. Yes, sir. Don't need to call me sir. I'm just your senior. You can call me Anna, brother, bro, anything you want. Except sir. I'm not your professor. Feel free to talk. Okay. Feel free if you have any doubt. Macha? That's a nice one. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Since you guys are understanding, I can continue it right now. So this is the concept of slicing. Let me do this. So just to have a good idea on it, I've done this. Now, my professor told me to reverse an array. I'm just, I'm just a new guy, and how can I do it? There is another concept in this slicing which takes part in the skip button, skip place. So L4 is equal to L of is 2 and -1. Just see what it prints. It reverses the entire array. See, this is the array that we have given, and this is what it reversed. So -1, how does it work? Starting from here, it goes to the -1. So it goes to 13. -2 becomes 8. -3 becomes 5, and so on. The -1 just skips reversely. When we gave the value 2, what happened? So the first one is it skipped the next one and gave another one. And next it skipped the value that's decided and gave 5. It skipped here and gave 13. So the same is happening but in reverse. -1. So zero's -1 side is, it has to be this side, which means the reverse. 15, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1 and 0. This is what -1 does. Now what -2 does, let's see. You see, just reverse everything, but it has skipped the value between. Now let's test -3 and you guys will understand. See, why am I using these many examples? Just to make you guys understand. It has skipped two values between and gave the third one. And again, it has skipped two values and gave the third one. This is how it works. This is the concept of slicing, which is very important if you are learning Python. And guys, remember, slicing is only applicable in Python. No other programming languages have slicing concept. Now, we have understand how to access the list. And now, we need to learn how to manipulate a list. So manipulating list has inbuilt functions. Let's say inbuilt functions as, let's take an example, list as human is a list, and it has many functions inbuilt like heartbeat, taking breaths, and nervous system. Everything are inbuilt just like functions that are inbuilt inside a list. Now there are many functions for a list, and these functions are all written here. Let's go step by step and learn everything. What exactly are every function? What's the time? It has been 9. I guess this takes up to 9:30. So be patient and concentrate here. It's a very interesting one and very important topic in Python. Now, the first one is append. What is an append? So if you want to add a new value inside a list that has already been created, it's called as append. So let's say I have a list name and 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Now, what does append? How does append work? Lists dot append and the value that we want. So I want 60 to be added. And now let's print the list. You see, the 60 is added to the list that has been already created. This is how append works. So what is append? It adds a value to an existing array. So what extent is? Now I want to add 60 and also 70, also 80 and 90. But when I do this, this doesn't work. See why? It says list.append takes exactly one argument. So it takes only one value. Append, if we want to append a value into list, we can only add one value inside the list, but we can't add all. So if I want to add so many, more than one, how do I do it? We just do this. We give square brackets, creating a list inside this, and then we change append from extend. Okay, just a minute. I'll use another example. You see, now we can add. What happened? Why did this? Oh yeah. Shit, shit. Now see. So we can add multiple values using this extend function. It acts just like append, but we can add more values using extend. So it adds more than one value to an existing array. Guys, don't need, there is no need to take screenshots of it because I'm going to share this PPT to you after the end of my explanation. Now, insert. What is an insert? So let's take this example where we had list of 10, 20, 30, and so on to up to 90. Now I want to add 25 in between 20 and 30. I want to add 25. So how am I going to do it? We are going to use this concept as of list dot insert. Now where is 20? It is at the 10 is at 0, 20 is at 1 and 2, and 30 is at 2. The indexes of this array is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now where is 25? I need to add this 25 between 20 and 30. So the index here is 1 and the index here is 2. So we want 25 at 2 instead of 30. So how? So we're gonna do this: insert 2 comma and the value 25. The first one here is index and the second one is the value that we need. Now let's print it. You see, 25 is added to the second index of the list. This is how insert works. So we can say it as it adds a value uh, to a certain index that we want. Next, what's remove? Now I don't want this 25 anymore. So what I should do? I should just remove it. List dot remove 25. You see, I just removed it. So in this remove, we have given the value instead of index. We gave the value that we want to remove, and the list removed it. It removes the value in a list. Okay, let's say it as array. Array and list both are same, so don't need to confuse here. And what's pop? Now list dot pop. What is pop? Hmm. So pop is a function that removes the last value of an entire array and returns this value. So if I do this, my list will be this. So it just removed the value, but this popped value can be stored in an element. So let's say a is equal to list.pop, print list, and also print a. The current, just a minute. Did you guys see it? Now list has popped the last value, and it also returned in the value as a variable. Just a minute, guys. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Let's continue it again. Don't have anything here. You see, pop returns the value of the last element, and also it removes from the list. So this is the function of pop. It removes the value of the last element, and it returns that value. Now, what is clear? So list dot clear print lists. The word itself says clear everything inside the list. It's as simple as it is. It just removes everything. Now, what is an index? This is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. List dot index. B is equal to list dot index, and let's print B. So what is list dot index? Now, if you want, I want the 30s index, the index value of the value 30. So what are we going to do? We just do this. Index of the value inside the list. So what is the index value of 30? It's 0, 1, and 2. 2 is the index value of 30 here. So if you are going to print, the answer is 2. So what it means is it returns the index of the value inside an array. So count, we need to create some duplicates here. List is equal to 10 comma 10 comma 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 69. So what is count? Now let's say c is equal to lists dot count 10. So how many tens are there in this list? There are three: 1, 2, and 3. Print c. The value will be 3. It counts how many times it has been iterated inside an array. Now let's say d is equal to list dot count 69. Print d. Say, see, it says just 1 because there is only 169 inside the list. Now let's do another thing. Let's just do this count 50. There is no 50 inside this, but let's try printing it. It just returns 0. So what exactly is count? It counts uh, number of times a value has been iterated inside an array. Now sort. You guys know what is sorting. Ascending order, descending order. You guys know what's a sort. So let's see how does it sort. Now list is equal to, let's give some random values: 31, 33, 35, 83, 2, 11, and 69. Now let's sort it. Lists dot sort. Print lists. You see, it has sorted the list, and it has yeah, it has done in an ascending value. It has done in ascending way. So what if we want it in descending way? So we have this function called as ascending is equal to pods. Uh-oh. ASC. What exactly is this? Oh, uh, yeah, reverse. Sorry, reverse is equal to true. So this gives the descending value, descending order of an array. So guys, don't think that I don't know anything and I have checked in Google. Everyone, even the employees in an officer, don't know everything. Just forgive me for that. So if you want the descending order in a list, we do reverse is equal to true. And if we want ascending order, we just do false. This is a sort function. It sorts the values inside the array. Next, reverse. What is a reverse? Now, this is equal to the same thing. List dot reverse and print lists. The name says itself reverse. Reverse an entire list. You see, 6, 9, 11, 2, 83, and 35. It just reversed an array. Reverses an array. Now copy. Uh, the name says itself as copy, right? So lists underscore 2 is equal to list dot copy. Oops. Print lists dot to. You see, just copied the list. That's it. It just copies the list. It copies uh, an array. It copies an array. Now len. We already learned what is len. Len gives the value. Just a second. Where is it? It's here. Len L is length of an array. What is the length of an array? Let's say this same list. Now what is len of lists? What is the length of list? So 35, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It gives 5. It gives the length of an array, length of a list, anything, length, array or list, you can call it anywhere. I just confuse in between. I will say array sometimes, I will say list sometimes. Try to understand it and don't mind it. So length, it returns the value of the length of an array. Now what is max? So what is the maximum what's the highest value in this list? It's 83. The same happens. Max of lists is equal to max of lists print max lists 83. It just returns the value. It returns the highest value in the array. And what is minimum? I don't need to say it returns the lowest value in the array, right? Returns the lowest value in the array. And what is sum? I'll show you right now. Let's open a calculator. Yep. So 35. 35 plus 83 plus 2 plus 11 plus 69. It's 200. Wow. Now sum of lists is equal to sum of lists. Print sum of lists. It's 200. So it just adds the values inside the array and returns it. It returns the sum of values inside the array. So these are all the functions that are available in arrays or lists. Lists. Fine, I need a small break. I'll just drink some water. So by far, have you guys all understood what are the functions inside the list? Do you have any doubts? Anna, your video's lag. Oops. Once again, explain insert, bro. Okay, I will. So insert. I'll explain it again. So list is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Now what exactly is inserting? See Nana, when we are using append, it just adds value at the end of the list. So in this list we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. But when we are appending a new value, it just be added at the last. But what if you want the same value to be somewhere in middle? So let's say I want list dot insert So let's say I want 60 value in between 3 and 4. So what's the value of 40 here? What is the index value of 40? It's 0, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the index value of 40. So what are we going to do? 3 comma 60. So 3 is the index value that where we want to insert the value that we want, and 60 is the value. Now see what happens. You see, the 60 value is added at the third index of an array. What's your name? It is okay. Raghuvanshi, have you understood? Nikita, have you understood what is insert? Okay, okay, okay. Nice. Bro, explain what is the difference between a shallow and deep copy. Hmm. You are prepared before this boot camp, right? I know, I know. Okay, I'll explain you what's the difference between shallow copy and deep copy. List is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, list 2 is equal to list dot copy and list 2 of let's say 3 is equal to 10. Now, print lists 2. You see, the value inside the list 2 has been changed accordingly. But but since we have copied the list and we have assigned it to list 2, when I'm trying to change any value inside list 2, it should not change the values inside lists. But what copy does is it changes the value even inside the first one. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Hmm. I don't know the syntax, but yeah, that's what exactly is true. So when we are copying a list and we are doing the shallow copy, it also changes the value inside the list and also the second copied list. But if we are doing a deep copy, that means it doesn't change the existing array and it just changes the values inside the copied array. Okay? Dhiru Adarsh, any doubt? What's the difference between an array and list? See, array and list both are same in Python. Nana. There is no any change between it. There is no difference between it. Array and list are almost same. Okay. Bro, did you explain the regular expressions dot numpy? No, 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 no. I haven't explained anything. This I don't think this is something in my syllabus. No, no, no. This is not in my syllabus, and I'm sorry that I'm not gonna explain you this today. I guess the upcoming day 2 and day 3 might cover this topic. Regular expressions.numpy. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, are there any more doubts in lists? Feel free to ask. I won't eat you guys. Thank you, Anna. Okay. Anna, na. Tagili thing face usko. Next, anyone has any doubts anymore? Thank you, bro. Okay. Okay. My explanation isn't finished yet. We still have sets, tuples, and dictionaries. Good explanation so far, bro. Let's rock. Yeah, sure. If you're listening so well, then we can rock anything.
Present, madam.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. No need of thank you. If you have any doubts, just ask. No need of thank you right now. Okay. Please. Hmm. Okay. What's your doubt, Ashrita? Okay. I guess you did it by mistake. Fine. Let's skip to sets. So what is a set? Now let's do the same thing again. How to create a set, how to access a set, and how to manipulate a set. Now the first one, how to create a set. So set 1 is equal to the since see, lists are using the square brackets. List can be represented using the square brackets, but sets are represented with flower brackets. Flower, pushpa flower. Set 1, so sets are created using flower brackets. Now, in lists, we can have duplicate values like say 1, 1, 1, 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, and 5. List can have multiple values which can also be duplicated inside, but sets don't have duplicate values. That's the major difference between lists and sets. Sets don't have duplicated values, and it also doesn't have order. So what exactly order, I will teach you again. Okay, now lists, if we do 1 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3, and if we print the sets, what now, oh okay, set. You see, we have given 1, 1, 2, and 3, but we got 1, 2, and 3. So it just removes all the duplicate values. The values inside a set has to be, remember this word, unique. It has to be unique. So it just gives 1, 2, and 3. Karthik, water is Devdan. But lists can have duplicate values, whereas sets cannot have duplicate values. This is how we represent the set. We use flower back brackets to represent the sets. Now, I have told you here that I will teach you another way how to create a list. So what I told you that I will teach you this function. Now, I'll show you in live so that you will understand it. Now, set 2 is equal to set of lists. What is that? Now what is happened here? Set 2 is set of list. So what are we doing here? We are converting a list into a set. So what's the difference between a list and set? Set doesn't have duplicate values. So what has it done? It has removed all the ones, all the duplicated ones, and just returned the unique values. You see, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This list has become a set. Now see the difference between these outputs. We are printing a list here, so it has given the output with square brackets. But we are printing a set here, so it has given with flower brackets. Or what do you call this? I call it a flower bracket. What do you call a curve bracket or designed bracket? My friends say it's a mental bracket. No, I don't know why they call it. I don't know, because they are okay. I told what is a list, right? Now let's say list 2 is equal to list of set 2. Or let's print lists 2. So what has it done? It has turned a set into a list. You see, list of anything is a list. Set of anything is a set. That's it. So what exactly the function list here is? Anything that's inside these brackets is a list. It converts it into a list. So I guess you understand what is a list function and what is a set function. And this is the way how you create a set. So let's do this. How to access a set. Now let's print the first value inside a set. We already have set 1 here. Let's say we have set 2, which is 1 2 and 3 4. Now set 2 of print set 2 of 1. Now it doesn't. Set object is not subscriptable. So what exactly it means is lists do have indexes. List has indexes. So what are indexes? We 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Those are the index values of a list, but sets doesn't have any index values. So accessing sets are hard. This is the major difference between a set and list. Set always have unique values and it doesn't have indexes. I told you what an order is, right? So I told you I'll explain what an order is. So order is nothing but index values. You see, in list you have ordered index values like 0 to n. But in sets we don't have any order. That means we don't have any index values. So accessing a set is a hard job to do. Now manipulate a set. How to manipulate a set? These are all the functions that are available to sets. So what is an add? You know what's an add? We just add the value inside. Set 2 dot add 5. Print set 2. You see, just added the value inside a set. Hmm. Ray. Now what is an update? Set 2 dot update 2 comma 6. Oops. Hmm. Wait a second. It's not terrible. What's wrong? Okay, fine. I forgot it. Sorry. Forgot it. Now we have set 2, which is what 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and 5. Now let's have set 1, which is 6 comma 7 comma 8, and set 3 is equal to set 2 dot update set 1. So what has it done? Why none? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So what are we doing? We are just adding these both arrays. Oh, I actually forgot telling you something. So let's take list 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. List 2 is equal to 5, 6, 7, and 8. List 3 is equal to list 1 plus list 2. Print list 3. You see, we can add two lists and we can return it into a new list. We added list 1 and list 2 to list 3. You see, we can add two lists, we can add two arrays. So in the same way, if we want to add two sets, we need to do the update function. We can't directly just use this plus and add them. We need to use this function called update. I'm sorry I didn't explain you this concept. Sitting in the picture. We now, what is remove? We already learned what is a remove. Set 2 dot remove. Let's remove 3 and print set 2. It removed 3. You know what is a 3? You know what is a remove function before? It removes a value inside a set and discard. Hmm. There's a small difference between remove and discard. Let me tell you that. Hmm. Now see guys. So just a second. Let's do this. See, we have already removed the 3 value inside this set. But if you are going to remove 3 again, it shows an error because 3 isn't existing inside this set. But if we do the discard function, it doesn't give any value. It doesn't show an error because it just discards it. So what exactly discard is? If we remove this value, so if this value is inside the set, then it removes. If it is not inside the array, then it doesn't do anything. So discard function is to remove the value if it exists inside a set. The difference between discard and remove is this: to remove the value if it exists inside a set. But remove doesn't work like that. Remove just removes if it has. If not, it shows an error. This is the error it's showing. But see, the discard doesn't show any error. It just works like this. That is the difference between discard and remove is this: it removes a value inside a set if it exists. Now, what is a pop? We have already learned what is a pop. Set 2 dot pop print set 2 print a. It has successful. Oh, okay, okay. There is a small difference in pop of list and set. In list, the last value of the array has been popped, and it has returned the remaining values. But in set, it removes the first value and returns the remaining set. You see what happened here. It has removed 1 and has removed 2, 4, 5. But if it is a list, it removes 5 and returns 1, 2, and 4. That's the difference between pop. It removes the first value and returns it. Guys, are you understanding it? Are order and index same? Hmm. The indexing is called as order. Order and index is nothing like the indexing of an array is called as an order. That's it. uh, if there are same means indexing is called as order. Order and is not index. Indexing of an array is called as order. Bro, wrist related problems pvd available. I'm sorry guys, you just have one and a half an hour, so I haven't prepared any problems related to list. I just have to complete it as soon as possible. But my time is up to 10. But the time is now 9:45. I still haven't completed everything. So if you guys are free, if you guys are interesting, can you extend the time up to 10:30? Will you stay here up to 10:30? Okay, yes. See, it's your wish. It's your wish. Okay, if I have to complete it, I will complete it right away. But if you can listen to it, and if you are concentrating it, then I'll definitely continue up to 10:30. Okay, there is only one no, but remaining are yes. We are enjoying as well as learning. Ah, that's good. That's a good spirit. I have to prepare for lab exams. So if you have to prepare for it, just on Monday na. On Monday. So what's today? Sunday or Saturday? It's Saturday, dude. Saturday. Okay. If you want to leave, then you can leave. But I'm giving some of the great knowledge to you that I have learned by joining the same boot camp which are conducted by our freshers. So this will be a great opportunity to learn Python for you guys. So in my fresh time, fresher when I was a fresher, I also joined the boot camps which are conducted by our freshers and learned the Python. That has created a great interest in Python.
Manideep, one
Yeah, yeah.
second. The people who are leaving early before completion of the lecture, you'll be missing your quiz. Without writing quiz, you'll not be getting merit certificates. So keep that in mind and do accordingly. Please continue. Manideep, you're muted.
Okay, I'll continue it now. So clear? It clear. It removes all the values inside a set and is subset and is superset. Now, are you guys aware of the concept of subset and superset? Maybe you might or might not, but okay, let me show you. Set 1 is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. Set 2 is equal to 1, comma 2. Now, print set 2 dot is subset of set 1. True. So what is a subset? See, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 1, 2 values already are existing inside this set. So the set 2 is a subset of set 1. This is called as subset. But if we have a value like 1 comma 6, it doesn't return true, it returns false, because 6 doesn't exist in this set 1. So what if we give 1 comma 3? It also returns true because 1 is existing in set 1 and 3 is existing in set 1. Let's reverse this. Now is superset, right? Is superset. Set 1 dot set 2. It returns true. So what exactly is a superset? Now let's take superset. Superset is parent and subset is a child of superset. Now, superset has values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Subset has values 1 and 3. So subset of set 1 is set 2. Set 2 is a subset and set 1 is a superset. Set 1 is a parent and set 2 is a child. That's the difference here. So print set 1 dot superset is true because set 1 is a superset of set 2. That's what it means. Uh, how can I describe it? Now, copy. You know what's a copy? It copies a set. Now, what is length? As we learned, what is a length? The length is the number of values inside a set. Length of a set. We know what's a max and what's a minimum. Max value of a set, min value of a set. Now, let's get to tuples. So, what is a tuple? So, how do we create a tuple? So, let's take tuple 1 is equal to, it has to be denoted with uh, brackets, normal brackets, curve brackets. Okay, tuple 1, tuple is represented with curve brackets 1, comma 2, comma 3, and 4. This is how we create a tuple. 1, comma 2, comma 3, and 4. Now we want to access. See, tuples have order. That means tuples have indexes 0, 1, 2, and 3. The sets doesn't have any order. List has order and tuple also has order. So we can access a tuple of 1. So print tuple 1. So it returns the value at index 1. But what's the difference between tuple and a list? See, tuple cannot be changed. Like we had list 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can add values, we can remove values, we can delete values, we can add multiple values. But at tuple, we can't change anything inside it. Once a tuple is created, it's completely fixed. It's permanent. We can't change anything inside it. So if we want to add tuple dot append any value, say 6, and if we print it, see, tuple object has no attribute append. So no, we can't add any value inside a tuple. Once a tuple is created, it will be fixed right there. It can't be changed, it can't be manipulated. We can just access, but we can't manipulate. But still, there are some functions to tuples. What are they? Index. So we know index. We have already learned at list here. Index. Sorry. It returns the index of a value inside an array. The same here. It returns the index of a value in a tuple. So what is count? See, count, len, max, sum, all these are already happened. The same works here. Like we do have count, len, max, min, sum for all these sets and tuples. So I don't need to explain it again, guys. And what is a tuple then? Now we have already learned that we can create a list from a set, and we can create a set from a list. For a change, we can also do the tuple. Now let's say tuple 2 is equal to tuple of list 2. Now let's print it. Print tuple 2. Now what happened? What happened? It converted this list into a tuple. So that's the function of tuple. I guess I'll fill it at the last, and I'll explain what are dictionaries. So the major difference between a tuple and a list is it can be accessed, but it can't change the values inside. We can't add any value. We can't delete any value. We can't remove any value. Now, what are dictionaries? Dictionaries is a very good concept in Python. Not in Python, it is a very good concept in every programming language. Java calls it as a heap map, and Python we say it as a dictionary. So how do we create a dictionary? Let's say dict is equal to um, okay, dict is equal to sorry. So the format of a dictionary. So what is a dictionary? In real time, what is a dictionary? We have a word and we has a meaning of it, right? Let's say what is the meaning of elegant? Elegant is something that is very perfect, right? Dictionary has a word and it has a value. The same way it works like this. We have a word and we have a value for it. One. So it is represented like this. The name and the value for it. We call it a key and value. We call it key instead of name. We can say B is to 2. This is how we create a dictionary. So how do we access dictionary and how do we manipulate dictionary? All the accessing and manipulation are available in these functions. So what is get? Now dict dot get a. Just a minute, I'll print it. So what has happened? We got the value of a. A is what? The key, and this is a value. Wait a second. Hmm, hashtag key is to value. Remember this term, I'm going to use it again and again. Key and value. So we are getting the value of a key. It returns the values for a key. And keys. Print dict dot keys. Okay, sorry. Dictionary keys. It has returned the key values here. A and B are the key values here. Okay, let's add some more where B is to 3 and D is to 4. Now see, we got dictionary keys, but what did we got? What did we get? I have A, B, B, and D, but it hasn't returned another B here. It has just returned the unique values of keys that are available in this dictionary. It returns all the keys inside a dictionary. So what are values now? Values. You see, we got, oh, okay, okay. Hmm. See, we got 1, 3, and 4. See, we already have 1 here, and B has 2, and another B has 3. So, this B is equal to 2 has been iterated with B is equal to 3. So, 1, 3, and 4. Hmm. Now, let's do items. Print dict dot items. It has given the dictionary. A stands for 1, B stands for 3, and D stands for 4. It returns all the items inside a dictionary. So update is also the same. It adds 2 dictionaries. And pop. Let's see what's pop here. Print dict dot pop. Oops. At least one argument got 0. What's one argument here? So A. Yeah. And now print dict. Yeah. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. Again. Hmm. Now see, guys. It has popped the value that we are giving inside. So now A has 1 and it has popped it. It has returned the value 1 and it has removed from the existing dictionary. Now, what it means, it returns the value of the key and removes the item from dictionary. So what is an item here? So this key is to value is called as item. This is called as item. Now pop item. Let's do the same thing again. You see, it has removed D4, the last one. So what's the difference between a pop and pop item? In pop, we can give the name, so with the key of the value that we want to remove. But the pop item entirely removes the value, the last value in the dictionary. Pop item removes the entire item, and pop with key just returns the value 1 and removes the entire item. Okay, it also returned the entire item. See, it returns the item, it returns the item and removes the item from dictionary. So what's the difference here? It returns the value of the key that we assigned, but here it returns the entire item from the dictionary, and it returns and removes the item from dictionary. So what's a clear? It removes all the values. And what's a set default? Let's do it here. Dict is equal to dict dot set default. Um, I don't know what's this set default. Let's search it. Okay, what does it say? Carbon set default model. Okay. So we are updating the value inside a dictionary. Now let's say I want the value b has to be 5. So what do I do? D comma 5. Print dict. Okay. Okay. Hmm. What has happened here? Stand. Bronco. Okay. Then. Okay, guys. Uh, leave the this set default right now, and let's continue all the remaining here. And you know what's a copy? It copies a dictionary. And what is a length? It returns the length of a dictionary. Phew. So the main four concepts of the programming list, sets, tuples, and dictionaries are completed now. So these are all the functions that are available in list, sets, tuples, and dictionaries. And these are the key differences between list, set, tuple, and dictionary. Now see, does order matter? Yes, in list we do have order. The index is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In set, we don't have any order. In tuple, we do have order, but in dictionary, we have orders. We have orders in the name of keys. Like see here. In general, the list, if we have a list called 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have a dictionary of this 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Here, the index value of a list is 0, 1, 2, and 3. But here in dictionaries, if we want to return the value 1, we need to say A, we need to say B for this, and we need to say D for 4. So the order exactly doesn't have it, but the keys don't have any order. So let's say if I want to print dict of 2 or say 1. No, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't give any value. But according to the list, 1 is what? A second value. So dict has to return d is to 2. But no, it doesn't return it like that. It returns the value, or it returns the key, or it returns the entire item, but we can't access it using the index values. Now, so duplicates, list can have duplicates, sets cannot have duplicates, tuple and dictionaries have duplicates. See, we are having duplicates here, b is to 2 and b is to 3. The duplicates can be available, but the value should not be same. Like let's say b is to 2, b is to 2 again. And if we print it, it actually doesn't have anything. It doesn't show anything, because it just iterates b is equal to 2 to b is equal to 2. Nothing happens here. So duplicate values can also be there in dictionary. Now changeable. So can we change any array? Yes, we can change array. We can add and remove the values. Instead, we can add and remove the values. In tuple, it's a fixed one, so we can't remove anything. In dictionary, we can add and remove values. So what are the special features of list, set, tuple, and dictionary? Keep everything in order. So what's in order? It's index. So what special feature of set? Only unique values. Only unique values can exist in a set. What's a tuple? Can't change at all. What's the meaning of can't change at all? We can't change any values inside the tuple. And in dictionary, label storage access, label storage for easy access. So let's say dict is equal to let's say John got 95 marks and Sena has got 93 marks. Now, see, the order for this dictionary is a key name for the value. As we did that example before, where we uh, returned the dict using the index value, it hasn't returned anything because this is a blunder here. The order doesn't exist like that. Instead, we have a label or a key for a value. That's the speciality of dictionary. We don't just use 0, 1, 2, 3. Instead, we use the names that we can define. So these are the special features of list, set, tuple, and dictionary. So guys, this is the end of this topic: list, set, tuple, and dictionary. Do you have any doubts? Do you guys have any doubts? Okay, fine. I have done it in 10:13. Okay, anyone who has raised the hand, you can just ask anything if you want. Do you have any doubts, guys? Water here. Guys, are you there? Freshers, where are you? No doubts. Okay, okay. No one has any doubt? No doubt, no doubts. Okay, fine. I have left during meeting, so I will be recorded. I don't know. Nope, no doubts, Bhaiya. We want PPT. Sure, I will share the PPT. Uh, I will share the PPT. Okay, no doubt. We need PPT. Sure, sure, sure. I will share it. Thank you for your lecture. It's always my pleasure, dude. Through WhatsApp, yeah. Jupyter Notes also. Okay, fine. I will share it. But you can open this Jupyter notebook file only if you have the Jupyter notebook, because the file is gonna save as python.prep.ip. Wait a second, I'll tell you. Python underscore prep dot ipynb. The file is going to save in this way. Ipynb can be accessed only if you have Jupyter notebook. So if you want this Jupyter notes, then you should have the Jupyter notebook inside your laptop. I will share, it's not a problem, but if you want to access it, then you need to have Jupyter notebook. Okay, fine. Jupyter notes also. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, okay, send anyway. Done. I will had it. Okay, I guess there are no doubts anymore. So can we start the quiz?
Okay, you can stop sharing your screen, Manideep. Thanks for your lecture today. Okay, first I would like to answer some FAQs regarding certificates or regarding the quiz and all. See, if you are attending 3 sessions, which is today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, you will be getting certificate irrespective of PYPREP1. PYPREP1 has nothing to do with this event. Okay, and we'll be starting quiz shortly. Stay tuned. And there are instructions for quiz. The first instruction is you have to register with your registration number, because we have to track the top performers to give merit certificates. So register with your registration number. And one more thing I would like to say is 3 days you'll be having one quiz each. Like today one quiz, tomorrow one quiz, day after tomorrow one quiz. And the merit certificate will be given to the top performers who are performing cumulatively in all these three quizzes. After three quizzes, we'll analyze like top three performers who did well in all three quizzes. Like we'll be performing his performance regarding time, correct answers, score, etc. Okay, and don't ask me question like only if you are getting good marks in quiz will be getting participation certificate. No, if you are performing well in quizzes, you will be getting merit certificate. Even if you are not performing well there, you will be getting participation certificate upon fulfilling the condition that you are attending all three sessions. Fine. So each question will be having around 30 seconds of time. So there are around 10 questions. So you'll be having 5 minutes. So there is link in chat box. Please everyone use the quiz link. Join. In 2 minutes, we'll be starting the quiz. Till then, please enroll yourself in the quiz. There is another question from Venkata Saket. I had joined lately. Do I get certificate? We'll be checking like what's the percentage of time you spent here, and we'll be seeing like how we are attending other two sessions. If it's more than 70 to 80%, you'll be getting your certificate. No worries. Okay. And you'll be getting PPT. Okay, you want sample name. Suppose if your registration number is 24 BCE 7274, that's it. That's your name for your quiz. We'll just be considering the quiz marks with the registration numbers, because without registration numbers, it's difficult to track. Okay.
Hey, can I interrupt once?
Yes, yes, please.
Uh, can you guys give the feedback? How have I made you interesting? Have I made this
Manideep, we are having
bootcamp
feedback
interesting?
form at the end of the after the quiz.
Okay, okay, fine. Then carry on with the quiz.
Guys, did you join the quiz link? Did you? Everything is fine. If you have started your quiz, like if you have joined it, please do mention in the chat box or give thumbs up so that we can start the quiz. Vishwas, can you please start the quiz? All the best, guys. Please refresh your pages. Quiz is started now. Okay. Vishwas, please resend the quiz link in the chat box and in the WhatsApp group also. It is already in the chat box or in your WhatsApp group also, I guess. Vishwas, they are saying that it's asking for join code. Please look into it. The join code is 829659. If it's asking for any one of you, please join it with this code. We ask you to stay back for 2 more minutes if you complete the quiz. It will not take much time. Okay, we see 2 people done with quiz. Yes, you have to log in to write the quiz.